As a youngster, I remember being so confused about what I should be eating because so many different food groups were classed as just being fattening. Okay, chocolate, bread, fizzy juice, sweets, pretty much anything that I wanted to eat and craved as like a kid, as a teenager, they were framed as fattening. And so as I got into adolescence and wanted to get into better shape, then I just thought I have to cut all these things out so that I can get in better shape. And then I quickly realised that that's not actually true. Now, oftentimes people that I work with, and myself at times, because of the attitude that we have towards fattening foods or high sugar or whatever type of food it is, right? Alcohol, whatever your craving thing is, whatever your sin is, whatever you're into, right? Haribo is for me. Now, whatever you're into, for some reason, when we consume these foods, we tend to think, I've fucked it, right? I've milked it up, and now it's over. Like, I'm going to have to start again. And then that can lead down the kind of road of, oh, well, because I've kind of screwed it already, I may as well just continue going down this road until the reset point, which tends to be a Monday. Now, I truly believe fixing your mindset or fixing your thoughts around food and around this is going to contribute to you having the best results that you've probably had when it comes to body transformation once you figure it out, because it did for me. And that is that eating fattening quotation foods, in fact, we should just delete that word, eating foods that are seen by most people as fattening is not going to make you fat. In fact, it's just about making sure that you're consuming the right calories for your body. It is that simple. And once you understand that, then it means you unlock the ability to eat whatever you want and get results. Now, let's not stretch that too far, because that's what tends to happen. Then people think, oh, well, I can eat whatever I want as long as it's in the calories, and then I can get the body of my dreams. It doesn't really work that way, right? You're going to have to eat nutritious food, because if you just eat a bunch of quotations, junk calories, so if you just eat calories that don't have a high amount of nutrition, don't have lots of fiber, don't have lots of protein, and don't fill you up, then you're not going to be full, you're not going to be nutrientized, you're not going to be looking after your body's nutritional needs, should I say, and then you're going to feel lousy like an extra from The Walking Dead. So I have made a quick and easy template that you can follow that allows you to frame your ability to consume calories that might not be as nutritious and still get results. And that is just having a ratio depending on the calories that you have. So if you have 1,500 calories or less, then I would suggest that probably 80 to 90% of your calories come from nutritious, wholesome foods, and 10% can come from whatever the hell you want. And then if it's 1,500 calories to 2,000 calories, you might move that ratio to 80-20. And then if it's 2,000 to 2,500 calories, you might move that to 75-25. And so on for each 500 calories you go up, you can shift 5% until you're eating 10,000 calories for the world's strongest man, in which case you can eat 50% and 50%, okay? Because you're going to get the nutrition in, but you're also going to have some joy and be able to eat some of the foods that you really love, right? Now, if you happen to really love nutritious, wholesome foods, then you've won the jackpot, because you're going to find it super simple to stay in shape. But the majority of you listening, probably like me, like to have a takeaway, like to have a full fat Coke now and then, and yeah, to eat Haribos. Now, with these ratios, now that you understand what kind of calories you consume from each sort of sector for you, the amount of calories that you have, hopefully you've worked out your calories. Go to MyFitnessPal if not, or find one on Google. It's super simple, or just send me a DM on Instagram and I will let you know exactly what calories you should be on. So once you have that figured out, it means that you can either use the little budget each day, which if you're on 1,500 calories is pretty much means you can have like a biscuit at night and have it fit in your calories, or you can do what I like to do, which is think of the calories in the concept of the week, times your calories by the amount of days, and then get your total calories, and then have 10% of those total calories each week be used on whatever you fancy. That means that you're probably going to be able to fit in a Domino's and garlic dip for most people once a week, which is pretty cool, right? Whilst also trying to lose fat if you're in a fat loss phase, or just maintaining your sex appeal if you're in a maintenance phase. By doing this, you have now unlocked the ability to eat what you want and get the body that you want and maintain the body that you want. And also, you're not going to be in that group of people that feels like they're hitting the fuck it button whenever they consume something that's off grid, or if they go on holiday, or if they're out with friends and end up in a cheesecake, right? It happens. So I just think this is a much better approach when it comes to staying trim or getting trim when you're an adult, instead of trying to force yourself through some crazy diet, have an understanding of the food and have an understanding of what amount of sort of empty junk calories that you can have. Now, how did I come up with these ratios? I'll be honest, it's just based on the calories that you can have and how easy it is to get nutrition in on those calories. Now, the lower your calories are, then the harder it is to get nutrition into your body, right? Because you're going to have to hit your vitamin C, you're going to have to hit your vitamin D, you're going to have to hit your fiber, and all that jazz. Now, you might be thinking, oh, I could just take a multivitamin and eat whatever trash I want. I don't advise that. I need to go into another video about it, but multivitamins are not that great. You're better just using certain vitamins that you feel that you don't get enough of to cover your bases. That's it in short, but I could do a deep dive. Anyway, so the lower your calories, the harder it is going to be to get the nutrition in, and the higher your calories, the easier it is going to be to get your nutrition in. If you're someone who's on 3,000 to 4,000 calories, then you can probably get all your nutrition in about 2,000 to 2,500 of those calories, which means you have more scope to eat whatever you want pretty much. That's why you hear things like Usain Bolt, the Olympic sprinter, love chicken nuggets and Skittles.
When you were going into a major competition, what did you eat?
Mostly chicken nuggets. I know, it works.
Right? That guy was burning off so many calories in his 100-meter sprints that he could pretty much eat whatever he wanted to fuel himself at times. And it just so happens that he liked Skittles and chicken nuggets. It's also why you'll see a lot of powerlifters and strongman competitors eating cheeseburgers and pizzas and chips, right? Because they need to get the calories in, and they manage to cover the basis for their actual baseline nutrition pretty easily within their calories, so they have more scope. So the bigger you are, the more energy you burn off, the easier it is to consume whatever you want. Nothing really groundbreaking here, but if you're a smaller person and if you are a women, then it's probably a good idea that you try and put some muscle mass on, because gender inequality is a thing when it comes to calories, okay? On average, men can consume more calories than women. Why? Because they are bigger and carry more muscle. Now, I'm not saying that women out there should turn into She-Hulk, but putting on 5 or 10 pounds and not being afraid to lift some weights is going to be helpful so that you can get your ratios up and be able to enjoy more cheesecake. I really fancy cheesecake. Anyway, if that's been helpful, smash the subscribe button, smash the like, and I'll catch you next time. Catch you later.